a lot of people who were very upset and they felt that they were disrespected. However, there is nothing in the Constitution that says that you must stand and or be at attention during the national anthem. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of people who are, hey princess, my sister girl, there are a lot of people of all races and all creeds and nationalities that literally do not stand or, have their hand over their heart during the national anthem. So my problem is this: if you know this, why are you singling out this one person? If you know this, why are you making it bigger than what it is? The man exercised his right to free protest and free speech, and that's exactly what he did. But we'll go back to that. So that's what this whole August 23rd Haitian Revolt Day is all about. So people can have their freedom. People can do what it is that they need to do in order to have a better quality of life. This is what people do in order for them to say, I am part of something. And for number 45 to stand in front of all these people and say, hey, I want everybody to have freedom to love what they love and to believe in what they believe in, but yet and still you're trying to say all Muslims have to go. And not even knowing that most people who are practicing Islam are so peaceful. They're against violence. However, you're generalizing, compartmentalizing, and stereotyping a whole entire religion. Yet, you had people who were Christian that were lynching, that were raping, that were killing, that were pillaging, poaching, all kinds of stuff. Treating other people who are just like you and me, just a different color, like dogs, less than an animal. That slaves had, 3/5 of a person? That's like a slither. So, exactly, princess. So, it goes back to asking, why do you not want to let go of those statues? Why do you want to why do you want to commemorate something that's bad? I mean, those people who are statues killed people that look like you and me. And then for those who are watching that don't look like you and me, they killed friends of yours that look like you and me. Relatives of yours that look like you and me. And if you go on Ancestry.com or 23.com, I bet you that they killed somebody that looked like someone in your family, truth be told. So let's talk about that. So we want to say salute to all my brethren in Haiti. Thank you so much for revolting and making sure that you all had your freedom. And like I said, the Haitians, they took over. They lost 200,000 people, but let me tell you something. This was a catalyst for the abolition of transatlantic slave trade. This was, when I say they just cut it down. Yeah, we lost 200,000 people, but guess what? You ain't going to capture 200,000 of us anymore. So shout out to everybody from Mama Haiti, and salute to you all. So now we're going to talk about this Norristown incident. I'm sorry. So there was a train, and I know you heard of situations where you go to a train and people, like, oh my gosh, a train passed me. Oh my, there's a train. Wait. It's already gone. So people were saying there was blood everywhere. Over 42 people were injured because a train crashed into another train that was parked, y'all. So dig this. The train was stationary, and another train smacked into that train that was stationary. Crazy, right? And they interviewed the driver today, but people are saying they honestly believe that this person who was the driver, they believe that he may have fallen asleep. Yes, princess. He may have fallen asleep at the wheel because he says there's no way in the world he blew by all those stations, and then at the rate of speed that they were in, right? And then not only that, how do you slam into a parked train? I don't get it. So people are saying, they're not sure if it's so much with drugs or alcohol. They don't believe there was anything like that. They honestly believe that it was a situation where he probably fell asleep at the wheel, and by doing so, there are so many people who are in critical condition, holding on to their life. They said a couple people passed away. That's the reports that we got. We hope that they're wrong. But, Norristown in Pennsylvania, it was bad. Someone said that it almost reminded them of a high-speed chase. That's crazy. Anytime you're on a train and you feel like you're in a high-speed chase, you're in the wrong place, okay? Because there's no reason why you should be holding on for dear life on a train. I mean, trains have certain speed limits that they have to adhere to, and although the speed limits are a little bit faster than what we have, they still have to adhere to them. So by this happening, that's telling me that, somebody wasn't paying attention on the wheel, or if someone was that obliterated, where they were that high that they couldn't understand what was going on, then I don't know what kind of drugs they were on, but good Lord Almighty, it was something bad. So the time now is 9:51. It is 9:51 Eastern Standard Time, and you're listening to the Ms. OptimiZm Speaks radio show on iHeart Radio, as well as BTR, Spreaker, TuneIn, and for those of you who are watching me on Facebook Live, hi, how are you? As you can see, our sponsor, it works. Yes, and it really does work. You know, I started using the Confianza, and let me tell you, as a school teacher, right, you can imagine 30 some odd little personalities in your face at one time, okay? And you get stressed. You feel like, oh my gosh, I can't capture the moment. I can't do anything. Well, the Confianza helps me help your kids, so I'm not like, what's going on? So the Confianza actually helps you concentrate. It helps you stay focused, and it relieves anxiety that you may be going through. And the reason why I love the Confianza is because I think that it's one of those products that I think it's like $25 as a loyal customer, but it's one of those products that you take and you feel it instantaneously. So for those of you who may be stressed out, whether it's because of, kids, whether it's because of your job, whatever the reason is that you feel stressed out, please go to www.chanceTheRapper.com. There it is right there. www.chanceTheRapper.com, and that's ChanceTheRapper.com, and get your bottle of Confianza today. You want to make sure that you're 100% all, that you are at your optimal best, and not only that, you don't want people looking at you like, well, what the heck, why do you look zombified like that? Why do you look like something is wrong? Well, with a little, Confianza in your system, you'll be back as new. Also, we are looking for guests. So if you or somebody that you know wants to be on a Ms. OptimiZm Speaks radio show, please send us an email at MsOptimizmSpeaks@yahoo.com, and we will consider you. Now, mind you, we've had people on the show like Dr. Nikki Giovanni, Curtis Blow. We've had Bunny DeBarge, Stacey Ladisor. Who else do we have? Easy Mo B, Rick Ross's groups. We had about 50 some odd celebrities on this show, and about 100 local heroes on this show. And guess what? Their business, their discographies, all that stuff catapulted. Why? Because this is an international show. And with us having people all over the place, my family in Haiti, my friends in Fiji, my friends in Guam, my friends in Canada, imagine the reach that you can have. Also, if you want to advertise on the show, no matter what it is, as long as it's legal, don't talk about you want to sell some weed on my show, the answer is going to be no. But if you have a legal product that you want to sell and get exposure to 17,000 downloads per day and exposure to 136 million people, you want to contact me right now and say, hey, I want to start out advertising with your show. And our advertising is not that bad. It starts out at $75 and goes up to $1,200. But the point of the matter is, it is an infinite show, meaning you can listen to the show today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, whatever, because you could download the shows. So imagine, and I'm going to give you an example. I was selling Avon back in 2008, and I talked about, how to order and get some Skin So Soft and all this other stuff, and I gave my phone number, and I also, said, please mention the show. Well, don't you know, someone called me a few years ago. Now, this is well after the fact. This is well after, I made that announcement on the show. And the woman called me. She said, hi, I want to order some Skin So Soft, and I want to order some lotion. I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? She goes, I heard your show about, your Avon. And I'm looking like, what are you talking about? I'm saying to myself, I haven't sold Avon in 3 years. But it made sense to me. There was someone on the show, I believe it was a celebrity, and she must have listened to that show because it's all online. If you go to Ms. OptimiZm Speaks on Google, it's about 12 pages. And she must have done that. And in doing so, she heard the Avon ad, and she asked for it 3 years later. So imagine that with your business. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? So, again, we don't have our calls open today, but usually if you want to call into the show, 302-364-0886. Again, 302-364-0886. Yes. So the time now is 9:55, and we are coming back to our show. I'm really excited about this. My first night on iHeart Radio, y'all. This is a godsend, and it's a blessing because I have been wanting to be on iHeart Radio forever. And I never could get on. And finally I got on. Yeah, no, I'm serious. This is the first time I'm back on. And I'm like, this is so much of a blessing because this goes to show you never give up on anything that you want to do. Never give up on your goals and your dreams because it just might happen. Okay, so that's my soapbox now. We're going to get back to the show. So, we are talking about opioid, synthetics, and cocaine wars. Wow. All that in one breath. So we first started talking about, I'm asking my assistant, can you get my book, please? What book? My book. Is in that blue bag I'm downstairs. Okay? So we were talking about, opioids a little bit earlier. And why everybody is so upset and like, oh my gosh, there's a drug epidemic. And what I was saying to them was, where were you at back in the late 70s, the 80s, and the 90s? Where were you at? Where were you at when people were dying, when they were selling their kids, when they were out there, doing all kinds of illicit things just for a hit? Where were you at? Where were you at when people would go to see somebody and they would have a needle sticking out their arms? Or where were you at when people had abscess and all kinds of stuff coming from their system because of drugs? Where were you at? Like, let's be real right now. Where were you at? Where were you at when people's children were born addicted to drugs? Some of them multiple drugs. Before I started teaching, I was a substance abuse counselor, and in doing that, I saw everything. I saw kids were born with all kinds of diagnoses because of the drugs from their parents. I saw kids who had adults who had children, and they had so many physical deformities and so many ailments and so many diagnoses from the DSM-5. Well, it's 5 now, before at that time, because of the drugs that their parents were using. So my question is, and again, please don't get offended because someone's going to get upset about what I'm going to say. Why are we so engulfed with addiction today, 2017? Now, no, don't get me wrong. Everybody should have an opportunity to get clean. Everybody. Everyone should have an opportunity not to use drugs. Everybody. Everybody deserves to live, because let me tell you something. When you start using that stuff is out of control. And there's no such thing as I'm going to stop. 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. So in doing so, why would anyone ever say, I'm going to pick up some crack cocaine and start smoking? Why would anyone say, I'm going to shoot a little bit of dope because that's what I want to do? No one wakes up saying that. Nobody wakes up saying they want to be a junkie. No one says that they want to be addicted. Nobody says that they want to commit suicide because they're so paranoid from the drug that they don't know, what's right or what's wrong. Nobody says this. So because of that, we need to really focus on what is going on, okay? So when I was a counselor, and excuse my expression, I remember we would go upstate to New York to this place called Oasis. Oasis is the big metropolis of substance abuse counseling, okay, and treatment. We darn well had to swing on a pole to get funding for our programs. We had to do all this stuff in order for our programs to get some kind of money in there. So a backdrop. And for those of you who were substance abuse counselors, specialists, or what have you, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There was a time where a person strung out, and I'm not talking about a little tote here, a little snip there. We're talking strung out, selling their body, selling their clothes, whatever it is they had to do to get high, right? There was a time where treatment was designated for those people to get clean for 12 to 18 months. And for some complex cases, they had to do it for 24 months, 2 years, okay? So if you had federal probation, if you had task, if you had something like that, you had to stay in treatment for at least 2 years. Maybe good behavior, 18 months, right? Then when I started getting into the field, I started noticing that those 2 years turned to 1 year. And now you have the same programs that are telling people who are strung out. When I say strung out, I'm talking about selling their kids strung out on drugs, selling their house, selling their behind, and all the above for one little teeny piece of crack like this, okay? And they only get 3 months treatment and expect them to work immediately thereafter getting clean. Do you understand the setup that you're doing? Do you understand how bad of a situation you're putting these people in? They barely have the compulsion and the desire to use taken away from them. Now you're putting them out there to work. Okay, so let me move forward to 2017. Now, you have all these treatment programs that's like, oh, come on in. We cure addiction. You can't cure addiction. That's bullcrap. That is such